Hi everybody, this is Jack Benedict and welcome to another year of IUP football and the Coach Curt Cignetti Show. Fifth year for the head coach of the Crimson Hawks, coming off the first game of the year. Coach, good to have you back for another season.
Great to be back, Jack.
Yeah, you bet. And we talk IUP football. We'll be with you all season long. Wow, what a start. Kutztown comes in. What a game. 34-33. A good game for Kutztown to win, but really a tough game for your club. You played really hard. You played really well for the most part. But tell me what you saw in the video afterwards of originally what we had seen on Saturday.
Well, it doesn't matter how many times you watch the game, the result doesn't ever change. And the things you go home with pretty much show up on tape. You just get to watch it in a little bit more detail. Techniques, fundamentals, and game-changing plays. So I tell you, we had a great camp, great fall camp. Really, guys are really worked hard, very together. Really had a great feeling coming into the opener. I've never seen a team so hungry to play. Our guys were really excited about playing. And started out really good, and for 40 minutes it was going according to the script, up 27-6.
Yeah.
But the last 20 minutes was kind of a collapse. But I got to give Kutztown a lot of credit too. I mean, they made some great plays. I mean, their passing game was, quarterback did a terrific job. They've got he's a senior, got some senior receivers, really threw and caught the ball well, and we came up a little short.
There's an old line years ago that said statistics tell the story, but not always, because if you look at the statistics that you guys put up of total offense, time of possession, no turnovers, one player almost rushes for 200 yards, you had 3 interceptions by your defense, you'd think you'd win the game.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the story, was it?
No, not at the end of the day. I think we did have 1 turnover, but we won the turnover battle, which was a big point of emphasis, 3-1. We rushed for 278 yards, which is the most yards we've rushed for since the Shippensburg game, 2013, which was the last game of the year. Mm-hmm. We scored on defense, set up a score, did a lot of really good things. But, within that lies the missed opportunities, on offense. A number of times where we had the ball in the red area, one time deep in the red area, up 7-0, and should have scored twice, really, with execution. And then a number of times, with the ball inside the opponent's 40 and don't come away with points. So then you add in the, the snap over the punter's head, 2 missed PATs, and then, we had some blown coverages the last 20 minutes, and that's why it happened.
Yeah, and of course you're giving up some yardage on the kickoffs too, ball out of bounds.
Yeah,
that gives, a couple of those.
It's the first game, and I think it's a tremendous learning opportunity for the players and the staff. This is the game you really have to analyze thoroughly from A to Z, starting with your preparation, your communication, operation, sideline to press box, halftime. I mean, you just analyze everything, and I think it's going to be a great learning experience for our players. The way we're playing offense now, the games are extended. You're going to see 20 to 30 more plays a game. So, and we talked about it beforehand. Instead of getting ready for the 3-mile run, you got to get ready for a 5-mile run now. Mm-hmm. And we handled that really well up to a point. So I think the key now is we got to have a great week of practice, really improve as a football team. Players will be able to assess where they need to improve. Staff can assess where the team needs to improve. And I think we've got a tremendous opportunity really to do that and make a major step forward. And I'm very confident that we will too.
You and I have talked about this, and any fans that really take a look at the roster will see that there are so many young, not excuses, but freshmen, sophomores, or red shirts, and you played many of them on Saturday.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you look at the 32 guys that play extensively, that are in the rotation and play significant snaps, 26 of them are underclassmen, and many of those are sophomores, maybe third-year juniors, and quite a few freshmen playing right now too. Even some of the seniors, like Eric Williams, hasn't played a lot of football lately. Mm-hmm. And so it is a young football team, and I told the staff we have to keep that in mind as we critique this game. There's a lot of young players in this program that have to develop and need to continue to develop. We've got to be patient. We've got to do a great job of teaching. We can't get frustrated. We have to assess our teaching methods, and we will. And I feel very good that the team will get better.
A lot of the talk, of course, in preseason, quarterback. Who's going to start? Who's going to play? How are you going to handle it? Started with Chase, took you right down the field.
Right.
Lenny came in later, probably played more later in the game.
Yeah.
How do you evaluate both of their play?
I thought they both did some really good things, and they did in camp too. Chase took the team right down the field on the first drive, and we scored a touchdown. And then Lenny came in and led us to a couple touchdown drives and made a number of big plays. And neither of them were perfect. There were a couple execution flaws here or there, but that was across the board with the entire team. And I feel like up to this point they both deserve to play. I wouldn't feel good about sitting one or the other at this point because I think they've both done things that they deserve to play. And Chase has experience. It's his second year in the program. He's gotten better, and Lenny's a freshman, and Lenny's only going to get better. So I think it's a great situation for us.
How difficult is it as a coach with the two quarterback situation?
It creates some decision making in terms of which guy to go with. It's hard to have a set plan every 2 series because then one guy gets a hot hand. It's on the positive note, it gives them a chance to rest. They're a little more fresh, see what's going on. They have 2 different styles, so they create some problems for the defense from that standpoint. They're both well liked by the entire team. There's no issues there. And like I told them before the game, you're both going to play. I don't want you to feel like you're competing against one another where you got to outdo the other one. I want you to feed off each other and help us be successful. And I thought they did a good job of that.
So you pretty much, now Lock Haven's coming in, different opponent. Will you handle it kind of the same way, or you kind of feel your way through?
Well, that's my thoughts today on Monday, and then every day's a new day, and you evaluate practice and how it's going and things like that. So, we'll see.
Yeah. Who graded well for you? We know, Chris Temple had a great day, 195 yards for you.
Right.
Walt Pegues he's Walt. He's a heck of a player.
Right. Yeah.
How about some of the other people you might?
Chris Temple had a tremendous game, 195 yards. Only played 2.5 quarters. He got a stinger. We had to pull him from the game. It kind of hurt us a little bit because the way it was running. Come crunch time, we didn't get those yards in the run game when we needed it. We talked about the quarterbacks. Walt Pegues, of course. Swanique Brown played well, freshman receiver. So did Jordan Brown, another freshman receiver, played well. I thought we played fairly well up front. I was encouraged by what I saw on tape. And on defense, Karan Gibson was dominant. Matt Moed was exceptional. The 2 linebackers played well. And I thought Stevie Franco played fairly well too. And our defense for 40 minutes just absolutely dominated. They had 6 out of 7 possessions, 3 and out. They scored a touchdown. Early in the second half, set up a touchdown. Jordan Batts on an interception, Matt Moed, interception for touchdown. They couldn't block us. And then it just kind of like clicked, and they caught fire throwing the football. They broke one long run, and and that's what we have to learn from. We had a number of goals coming in, objectives coming in. We wanted to break more explosive runs, create more explosive plays on offense. We did that. We wanted to improve on the turnover ratio. We did that. We wanted to get better on 3rd down on defense. We did that early. And reduce the number of big plays in the passing game on defense, and we did that early. But and the other thing was sustaining and playing better in the second half. My first 3 years, we were an excellent second half team. Last year, we weren't very good in the second half. And so that was our goal, to come out and be a much better second half team. And we started out that way. We jump up 27-6, and then Chris breaks a 40-yard run, and we've got the ball in plus territory with about 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and things are looking great. But then it was, we had a personal foul, and it kind of changed the momentum of the game, and then it was kind of downhill.
All right, so you have to regroup. This is what happened. Lock Haven's coming in, they're 0-2. but they were improved last. They've improved little by little. They have a new coach, but they have the same quarterback, and he was pretty good last year.
Oh yeah, he's a good player. And Lock Haven is, you know, they are 0-2, but the West is so equal. There's so much parity. You can't take anybody lightly. We're going to have to play extremely well, and I feel good that we will. You know, and all the goals are still out there. I mean, we're 0-0 in the league. The crossovers don't count this year. You know, I'm going to tell the team. I mean, last year Ohio State lost to Virginia Tech in the opener. Virginia Tech wasn't a great football team, and Ohio State went on and won the national championship. Now, they didn't become a dominant team the following week. All they did was improve and overcome obstacles and challenges, and at the end of the day, they were the last team standing. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's where we are today.
Yeah. As far as preparation for this week, well, let me get to the injuries. How about Chris Temple? Do you think he could play?
Yeah, Chris will be fine.
How about Gabe Buell? Now, we know he pulled up with a ham.
Yeah, Gabe got a ham, and he's probably doubtful for this week. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But a young team, you know, kids are resilient too.
Oh, yeah.
They're ready to play, and they're ready to get a win. And you are playing at home, which is nice because it was a really good turnout for Hall of Fame Day.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere. Everybody stayed till the end, and the players get fired up when the stands are packed. And so, you know, being at home will be a big plus this week. And, you know, come Saturday, you know, our guys will be charged up, ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Do you see any personnel changes maybe that you might
I mean, we
make
could tweak the rotation at some spots a little bit based on what happened on Saturday. We haven't made any final decisions at this point, but you know, there'll probably be some tweaks.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. So we remind you, it's 1 o'clock Saturday for Lock Haven coming in. Coach, as you said, the West is just unbelievable. You know, from top to bottom, it is very, very strong. We've already seen some so-called upsets early in the year. So you're challenged every week, aren't you?
Oh, there's no doubt. You got to be ready to go.
Yeah.
So, you know, every week will be a challenge, be an exciting game, and
look forward to it.
Maximize today's opportunities. That's the best way to get better.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Jack.
Okay. All right, it's a 1 o'clock kickoff on Saturday with Lock Haven coming in. So we hope you'll join us for coverage of IUP football. We'll be with the coach each and every week here and pass the word around of where you see this particular show, and of course talk about IUP Crimson Hawks football. For the coach, this is Jack Benedict. Have a nice evening.